Welcome back everyone, and today we're going to look at Final Cut and we're going to look at closed captions, subtitles, whatever you want to call it. It's actually becoming more and more important as time goes on. We're going to have a quick look into this now and the different options and the different ways of doing stuff. So let's have a look. So, why would you have closed captions or subtitles for your video? Well, I sort of think there's two scenarios. One is for people that are hard of hearing, or the kids nowadays tend to be a bit lazy and have the captions on because they're doing something else and they just want to read if they miss something being said. I know from experience. And the other is that you want to actually burn it onto the file because you want to use it on social media, and not everyone on social media has sound on. So it's a great way of engaging with your audience immediately without having to wait for them to put closed captions on or anything else. And in that circumstance, you want to funk up those captions a little bit. And I'm going to show you that as well, because I think that's quite important. And it's all quite easy to do. And I think you should do it in reality with most videos. So we're going to look on the desktop here. And on this desktop, I've got this captions file called SRT. So what's SRT? SRT is a format used by Vimeo, used by YouTube for closed captions. So how do you get that information into that file? Well, there's a few methods. One is that within Final Cut you can create the captions yourself, line by line, put them in, and then export the file. And there's different formats, ITT, SRT, etc. SRT is the one that is used by YouTube and Vimeo, okay? And it's a set format and it just works, which is great. You can either send off your video with all the audio to a transcribe service like Simon Says, something like that. I think it's Simon Says. And they will transcribe it, but they will charge you for it. You can get so much free, I think 15 minutes free, but after that, you're going to pay. You can also upload your video to YouTube, and Google does it for free. And then you can edit that in their little editor and make sure that the words that they've got wrong, and they do, you can correct, and then you can download that SRT file. So you've got a copy of it. You can also translate it into other languages once you've done that as well, all within the YouTube ecosystem, which is amazing. It's an added service that YouTube or Google's added that's just superb. Now, why would you want to take that SRT file back? So two reasons. One is you can embed it into your Final Cut project, so it's there in a day. You can check that everything lines up. You can alter it around in there if you want to, do a few edits. But the other thing is, if it's for social media at any point and you want to have closed captions burned into your project, you can do that from this. And there's two methods of that. One is just straight normal closed captions burnt in the black and white text that's just on there, looks great, superb. And the other is turning it into a different format of caption, which you can have color, you can have color backgrounds, you can reposition it anywhere that you want. There's a lot more flexibility, and if you're creating little social media snippets, it's fantastic, it's really good. So let's go and have a look at this now. I'm going to load up this project. Now, I haven't imported these captions. This is a project that's gone up onto YouTube. YouTube's create these captions. I don't know how good or bad they are, so we'll see in a minute. I'm going to go File, Import Captions, select the Captions SRT. Now, as you'll see on here at the moment, these are all red. And they're red because it's a warning. And the warning is that they're overlapping, and you can't have overlapping captions. Now, obviously, YouTube's created this automatically. It doesn't care. It's sorted itself out. It really doesn't worry about it, to be fair. But in an ideal world, you can't have that, and Final Cut doesn't like it. So if we just drag those, for instance, you will see that they then turn blue, which are all nice and happy, and it goes onto a single line. And we've corrected the mistake that YouTube has done. I've got to admit, using a service like Simple Simon, I've never ever had that problem. But you know, you're going to pay for it. It depends if you want to pay or not. So there, we've just done a few there into that, and if we go back to the start and play that. Welcome back everyone. Today we're going to review a field monitor. That's this one. It just seems to me like they've extended it a little bit further than what is needed. So I'm just going to go through and just drop all those into there, because that's going to help us. Okay, that'll do for now. So they're all nice line, but as you can see, it's got the black border and it's got the white text. And if I click on any one of these subtitles here, so if you click index and you go to captions, you can see all of these captions. And as we scroll down, you can see all the red ones with warnings. So if we go and click on that caption, we can edit it. We can change the text. So if the word's wrong, we can go in and edit that, not a problem at all. So if I want to export this now with those captions, I can go up to the export. If I select Apple devices 1080, so it's going to export this as an MP4 file for me. I can go to roles and I can do one or two things. I can export each SRT language as a separate file. So you can have multiple SR captions in there for French, for English, and they can all be on or off and all included in the file. And I can export them as separate SRTs with that file that I can then upload to Vimeo, to YouTube, and you can re-upload and overwrite the ones that YouTube has also generated as well, so when you've corrected it. But the other thing I can do is I can click this captions up here and I can burn the captions in. So that literally will imprint that text as you see it on that screen there onto the video, which is pretty good to be fair. Don't need to turn captions on, it's just there. Job done. The only trouble is, if I go and click on one of these captions here, I really don't have a lot of choice. Yes, I can choose a slightly different color if I want. I can make it bold, make it italic, make it underlined, but that's sort of it really. It's not suitable if I want to use this on a social media thing, because the bottom part of the screen is always covered by fast forward controls and timeline controls and stuff like that. I want to be able to alter this a little bit more. So we need to convert this into a different format. So if we select a few of these, I want to convert this into a different captions format. So we go down to edit captions. So I'm going to duplicate it to a new format. And we've got two different formats. We've got the CEA 608 and we've got the ITT. So let's do the CEA 288 and you can see it's then created this line of captions here. Now these line of captions differently, it's automatically got rid of the other ones at the moment. They're still there, they're still in the file, you can still export them, but we're not showing them. Can you notice something different on the screen here in the way it's displaying them? Okay, we've got a red one there because it's still got an issue in the way that it's overlapping slightly. But if I click on this, all of a sudden, I've got different options for selecting onto here, different formats. So now I've got a little bit, I can do a bit transparent if I want to. I can paint on, so it's literally painting it onto the screen. We can roll up, so if it's got multiple, let's do this one because it's got multiple, so we'll do that to roll up. Field monitor, that's this one. So it keeps the last one on and it just rolls it round, and that's a really nice little feature. I can move the placement of these on the screen. I can change it from how many lines that I want on the screen as well for that roll up. I'm just going to put it back to pop on. I can change literally anywhere on that screen. Now it's not going to do anything stupid like vertical or anything else, because why would you want to do that? You're trying to make things easy for people. I can center stuff, have it down. So that makes life a lot easier, a lot easier. And there you can see it's set, and that's the caption that I'm editing at the moment. And we can add some extra little special characters into there, but it's different. It makes it stand out. Let's do the other one, so let's grab that and let's convert that into ITT, so you can see what options we've got for that. So there we've got ITT. We haven't really got any options. We've got placement top or bottom, but it's just another standard format. We want to be using the CEA version, really, to have that flexibility of creating. And then literally when we export, and we go to export here, we go to roles, we can burn in the CEA rather than that one. And that will keep your formatting that you've done, all that nice color. You can change the individual text on there, make certain bits bold, and you can embed that and export that. And that is far more flexible. Now, there are plugins that you can get which will go even further than that, but everything costs. And I think they're about 60 or 70 quid for that type of plugin, maybe a bit more actually. FX Factory do one, I think that's about 99. Could be wrong, go and check them out. And they make that little bit easier, but at the same time, you've got this built in. It's pretty good. Go and check it out. I hope that helped. I hope that explained a few bits. If you've got any questions on captions that I didn't really cover, leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe, really appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. It'd be nice to see you back here as well. Anything else that you want to know, just speak out. Look forward to it. See you soon. A final cut and we're going to close. One is for the people who are either hard of seeing, hard of hearing, hard of seeing. Should we start again?